What has Nike done to the 2 to make it 3? Let's go from the top to the bottom and talk about all of the changes, as well as just reviewing this shoe as its own shoe within its own right. So let's start with the laces. You will see from the laces, they've gone from this tubular, rounded kind of lace shape into what a lace really should be. So that's a tick, boom, well done for that. The other thing is the tongue. You lost me here, Nike, you have lost me. In the 2, the tongue is gusseted, meaning it's attached to the uppers, giving you that sock feel, whereas in the 3, it's just a tongue by itself, doing nothing. Anyway, back to the laces. They've fortified the laces a bit more, I feel. When you look at the holes for the laces, that black stretches all across, and I think that's gonna add resilience to the uppers. The uppers themselves, this one has the knitted feel, and this thick out here, I didn't understand why that was needed, but that's how it is. It's just how it is. They've lost all of that in this one, which I actually like. Having refined the upper, and that's what they're calling it, I don't understand why this shoe is heavier. The 2, I weighed it, I'm a UK 9.5, and I come in on this shoe at 347 grams, whereas this shoe is at 356. I didn't get that, but we move. Let's talk about the heel tab improvement. No heel tab on this one, whereas this has a heel tab, and it's always great to have that because when you're putting the shoe on, you want to have your fingers outside of the shoe because you could kind of pin your thumb or your finger in there, and that could be super painful. So, plus there. All right, let's talk about another thing that I like that they made changes to. This heel bit. I didn't understand why the heck we needed all of this at the back here. So they've taken that off. There's still a bit left. I don't understand why, but we move. And that's a key change in the 3 that I really like. All right, let's talk about what makes the Invincible, and that is the midsole. This to me, the 2 was my definition of what a max cushion shoe should feel like. Well done, Nike, you haven't lost that in the 3. It's still Zoom X and it still feels great, but with an added bit of firmness that adds a bit more return to your energy as you run. Now, I don't know if that's a plus to some of you. It certainly is to me, especially because if it starts to feel a bit too firm, I still have my 2, but this still has that max cushion feel, but with a little bit of firmness. Let's talk about the outsole. I like the fact that you can still see the 3 in the 2. The shape of that outsole still has some resemblance, but with that waffle kind of shape, they've gone bigger. There's bigger distances, bigger lugs, and essentially a wider outsole, which adds a bit more balance and stability to the shoe. So I'm gonna give you a plus for that too. That's a very positive change. Now, the reason I do shoe reviews is this section right here. Should you buy this shoe? My simple answer is yes, if you are looking for a shoe to do your recovery run, a slow run, your long run, or you're new to running and you're unsure of these other super elite shoes. For me, this is the shoe that you want to pick up. I get that the price is up there, but for me, max cushion shoes are essential for longevity and looking after your joints. So for me, if I was to recommend a type of shoe, it will be a max cushion shoe. Would I recommend this as the shoe out of all the max cushion shoes? To be continued.